Imagine swimming 2.4 miles in open water, then cycling 112 miles and finishing with a full marathon run of 26.2 miles. That is the distance of an Ironman triathlon, one of the most physically and mentally demanding events in the world. Today, I'm going to tell you what an Ironman is and how to properly prepare to compete in your first Ironman. But first, let me tell you, a triathlon is a sport that consists in three disciplines in this order: swim, bike, and run. An Ironman is a long-distance triathlon that consists of a 2.4-mile swim. In his book, Triathlon Swimming Made Easy, Tony McLaughlin explains that efficiency and technique is critical because wasted energy early in the race affects performance later on. The second event in the Ironman is the bike, which is 112 miles. In this leg, nutrition and pacing is very important. The third part of the race is the run, which is 26.2 miles. In his book, Born to Run, Christopher McDougall explains the importance of development and injury prevention are key when training for long distance running. Now that you have an idea what an Ironman is, let me explain you how I prepare for it. The first part of the preparation is the training. The training for an Ironman consists of about 6 to 12 months, and it has a 4-leg preparation. The first phase is the base. That's when you train drilling exercises and technique for each discipline. Then the second is the building phase. That is when you start adding distance in long training sessions. The third base is the peak phase. That is when you start training the same distances as you're gonna do in race day. And the last phase is taper, which is when you started lowering training volume, and let your body recover to be ready for race day. One of the most important parts of the preparation is having a support with training groups. And even though most of the training for an Ironman is done by itself, I don't think I could have completed my Ironman without the help and encouragement from these groups. Now that we talked about training, another part of the very important part of the Ironman is nutrition. A 2025 review published in the journal Nutrients explains that endurance athletes must maintain proper carbohydrate intake and hydration strategies to sustain performance and enhance recovery. Another peer review in the journal Sports of Nutrition highlights some of the common mistakes some athletes make. These mistakes are skipping breakfast before long workouts, not practicing race day fueling, overhydrating and underhydrating, trying new supplements on race days. It's a big no-no. Ironman training is not just about finishing, it's about fueling the engine correctly. Now that we talked about training and nutrition, another important part of the preparation for Ironman is transitions. When you sign for a race, you have a transition area. You have to have your bike ready and all your gear ready for the race. Transition 1 is a part when you do the transition from the water to the bike. You have the bike ready. Put your helmet on, put your glasses on, take your bike and take off. When you come back from the cycling leg, put your bike on the rack, put your helmet down, and your shoes should be ready, and grab your race belt and your cap and go. As you can see, transition or preparation for an Ironman requires a lot of time and preparation. Today, we explore what an Ironman is, and went through and what is required to properly prepare to complete an Ironman. We went through training, nutrition, and transitions. Preparing for an Ironman is not just about finishing the race. It's about discipline and preparation, and prove it to yourself that you can do extraordinary things. And just remember, you can be in pain for one day, but you can brag about being an Ironman for the rest of your life. You can get one of these. That's like what?